So you can kind of see it's pretty flooded in here, and it's flooded all the way back, probably can't see back there, all the way back through the crawl space. This home is actually below sea level. Can you believe that? And it was recently bought. The new owners, they did not want to clean this discharge line. We had the sump pump discharge line set up on a maintenance, but they thought, no, we don't need to do that. Take a look what happens when the sump pump goes bad or the discharge line goes bad. It's underwater because the whole thing is below sea level. The sump pump here is the heart, and without that pump, it floods, and you can see it. To make matters worse, this is a holiday weekend. They have a house full of guests, and of course, it floods. I remember coming out here about 2 months ago, knocking on the door and finding out it's a new homeowner, and tried to explain, we need to clean this sump pump discharge line. They said, well, I think we'll just wait and see what happens. So now it's a holiday and a house full of guests. We need to replace the pump because the discharge line totally clogged, and of course the pump burnt out. Maintenance is so important, and this is just one example of that. One of the hardest things to explain to all the viewers is that maintenance, it is so important. There's so many different people out here saying that once you install this, whether it's PVC or corrugated, you're never going to have to clean it. That's not true. Look at the example of this. With the rising cost of fuel, of course, service is also skyrocketing. Everything is costing so much more money. Maintenance. If you can do some of these things yourself, great. But if you need to pay a company to come out and service these things, you're going to spend quite a bit of money today. So if you find yourself in this type of a problem and you're wondering how to do this, let me show you how easy it really is and how you can save so much money by doing this yourself. Let's start with setting up the sump pump. This is a Zoller M98, and it is a 1/2 horsepower pump, submersible pump. This goes down into your sump basin, and it's going to lift that water out of your crawl space, your backyard, your basement. It is the best pump on the market. We start by setting it up with a male threaded 1.5" adapter, and this screws into this discharge port. You want to put this down here hand tight as you can put it with your hand. You don't need a wrench. Next, we cut a small piece of 1.5" PVC. We're going to glue this piece in here and put our check valve up here at the top. We just need to get past this protection bar. That's the most important thing. Make sure you use a good glue. This has primer built into it. Push and hold it, and that's set up to go. Next, we're actually going to use the Zoller check valve, and what's nice about the Zoller is, I don't know if you can see inside of here, but it is 1.5" all the way through. A lot of the check valves, they reduce down to 1.25". Doesn't make a lot of difference, but if you're trying to move a lot of water and you're using a pump that pushes 100 gallons a minute, you want to try to keep this the same size. So this is 1.5" all the way through. We're just going to loosen these clamps up a little bit, and then we're going to retighten everything down onto the discharge. Make sure, if you look closely, you'll see there's an arrow right here that says flow. Make sure that's pointing upwards. Set your check valve on, and then we're going to take this clamp and tighten it down to this no-hub adapter. 5/16 inch nut driver, as tight as that drill can make it. The final clamp we'll install down in the crawl space. And that's really all there is to setting up this Zoller M98. It's very quick, one of the best pumps on the market. So using a temporary pump, we went ahead and pumped out all the water in this crawl space. Now we need to pull this pump, and we also need to clean this discharge line. And we're going to start here in the crawl space using a stainless steel cable. I'm just going to push it through here because there's a 90 right outside the wall that the jetter cannot make that turn. This little pipe is so full of debris, a mineral deposit that has totally clogged it, that we have to get this open in order for it to work. Then we'll go outside, send the jetter all the way down through the line to clean the remaining 120 feet of this 1.5-inch pipe. So now we've hooked up the new Zoller M98. You can see we set it down into the pit. We simply attach that to the existing discharge pipe using those no-hub bands, the hose clamps, and tighten those down, and we're ready to let it go. It's done. It's that simple. So there's one other thing that we need to do on this job, and that is to install a clean out. This is a discharge of a sump pump in a crawl space below sea level. We just cleaned the line with a mini jetter. This is the view from inside the storm drain, the manhole. This home was recently bought, and the new owners did not want to keep up with the maintenance. Maintenance, it's so important. This is a sump pump discharge line, and wow, we clean this line every 3 months. How to install a clean out. You know, this is a project that you can easily do yourself. We are installing a 1.5-inch clean out on a discharge from a sump pump. And the reason why is that we have this on a maintenance. Sump pump discharge lines easily fill with a mineral deposit, and you need to maintenance this pipe. All drains need to be maintenanced. This is a sump pump discharge line, and if you've got this type of a problem where you're digging it up to clean it, let's put a clean out on here. We're going to start by taking this no hub off, loosening it on both sides. Then I'm going to make a cut with my reciprocating saw back here. Yes, look at that, it came apart. That's good, we'll glue it back together. We're going to glue this piece on here. Adding a clean out assembly is a really fun project, and it will save you so much work rather than having to dig it up each time you need to clean the line. Just a few measurements and we'll be able to slide this all together, and wow, is it going to make a difference. Yeah, I'm using my reciprocating saw, but you could use a hacksaw. If that's all you have, it'll work just fine. So I think we can actually glue this, all this, and then slide this back together. Let's give that a try. Probably the best way to fit all these together is by trial and error. In other words, go ahead and lay out your pipe. When you know you're ready to glue something, glue it up. And I feel comfortable going ahead and gluing this portion of the assembly, but the rest of it you'll see, I'm going to go ahead and just lay it out and make the measurements with my eye, and then I'll go ahead and adjust that, trial and error. Okay, so we're going to have to make a little adjustment here. Maybe not. Let's glue it up. This clean out is for a specific application. You could just as easily put a straight T here with a clean out assembly and do the same thing. Then you could clean both directions with your drain cleaning cable. Yeah, that looks good. Once you have everything laid out and you know that's what you want to do, go ahead and put your glue out. Glue up all your pieces. Let's put this together. One of the great things about a no-hub, some people call them a Fernco, I call them a no-hub. the no-hub adapter. You can see where that's kind of offset. Well, the no-hub will allow us to correct that problem. We need to get a little play on the line, so I kind of lift and pull that other pipe up. But watch this. This no-hub will correct that tiny imperfection, and it will come out perfectly. Once we have that set, we use our handy dandy nut driver and a 5/16 inch bit, tighten it down, and we are good to go. Perfect. Take a look. So we've got a one-way clean out because we want to go back towards the house with our cable, and it's actually the jetter, and this just makes it a little easier. Not worried about the line going out here to the manhole. It's only a couple of feet, but we need to have access here so we don't have to dig this area up all the time. Okay, let's go ahead and put this clean out assembly together. I already laid it out, but let's put it all together and glue it up. So here's all the pieces. We're just putting a couple of couplings on here. Where is it? And we're going to put a 45 on here. Nice. And this is a clean out assembly. You can see it's got the threaded male to female. It's called a clean out, and it's got this is a slip coupling, so it slides right inside that 45. And we're all set. So now when we backfill it, what we'll do is we'll put a little donut over top of it. You know how you have the sprinklers? We'll put a little donut over top of it, and that way you can always find it, and easy access. Remember, we want to clean the line back, all the way back. It's about 100 feet back to the crawl space. So it kind of looks like a sprinkler head, but as that grass fills in around that, it'll look really good. Now we have access to send our jetter, or whoever wants to come out here, send that jetter back, all the way back to that crawl space. If you can see it back there, it's about 100 plus feet. And then of course, there's just a few feet over here to the manhole. This is the outflow, the discharge of that sump pump. The thing to remember here is that this sump pump, the crawl space, is below sea level. And in that short period of time that it took to install the clean out, of course, the crawl space flooded. So as soon as I kicked on the sump pump, look at this. It's just pumping it straight out. And that's the Zoller M98. It just cleaned out that entire crawl space of the flood. And it also flushed out the entire line. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day. A quick note about live help. I apologize if there's confusion. You know, we have two types of live help. One is the group live help. That one's free. And I do that one when I have time. You know, we're really busy. We install every day. The other is live help one-on-one. And that is a paid session with just you and me. The cost is $60, and we send an invoice via PayPal upon completion.